We're on a road trip today. We are headed with our friend Lili, who's taking us out to a place called
Santa María del Río.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for being part of our global journey here on Hourless Life. From the outset, you should know that this video is really broken up into two parts. In the first part, you'll get to know this pueblo, get a tour of the cathedral, and learn about the two most famous things that Santa María del Río is known for. But wait for it, because in the second part of the video, you'll experience Dia de los Muertos in the way that only small towns here in Mexico celebrate. And let me tell you, it is an incredible experience, and we hope you stick around for that part of the video. Enjoy.
Buenas tardes, días, no, perdón, todavía días. ¿Dónde está la plaza y para ver los rebozos, todo eso? ¿Todo
¿Dónde va el camión?
Ajá, lo
Ahí
sigo.
Llega derechito a la plaza.
Muy amable, gracias.
Santa María del Río is a charming pueblo about 40 minutes southeast of San Luis Potosí. Like all pueblos in Mexico, there's a main square which is located at the center of the city. Reportedly founded in 1542, though that is a topic of controversy, the city of Santa María del Río comes alive at every corner with color. It was designated by the government as one of the 132 Pueblo Mágicos, or magic towns of Mexico, and it truly is magical. Flowers are everywhere, and the people of the city are welcoming and kind. It's a deeply religious city, where locals simply spend time going about daily life together. Of course, the center focal point of the city is the cathedral, which is called Nuestra Señora de la Asunción, or Our Lady of the Ascension. Let's take a look inside. While the center focal point of the city is the cathedral, the two things Santa María del Río is really known for are their handmade rebozos, or shawls, and a pastry known throughout all of Mexico that was invented here called the campechana. We had the opportunity to get to know a little bit more about both. First, we were fortunate enough to get a tour of how the rebozos are made by an artist named Beatriz, who took the time to explain the process to us. She explained that the arduous process of making a single rebozo takes between a month to a month and a half of dedicated labor. Each rebozo is made the old-fashioned way by hand. There are thousands upon thousands of threads in each one, and every single thread is individually manipulated to create this beautiful artisan craft. At the end of the process, the threads are dyed, and once the rebozo is complete, it's sent out to local stores to be sold to the public. We stopped by a local store to check them out. We were also told that there's a test of authenticity for rebozos of Santa María del Río, where the entire rebozo has to be able to slip through a woman's size 3 gold wedding ring as proof that they were made here in the city.
De ser auténtico, su peso de 200 gramos es el que pasa a través del anillo de la mujer del número 3.
So what they're doing is they're passing this rebozo through a women's size 3 gold ring, and this is the way that they prove that this is a true and authentic rebozo of Santa María del Río. Look at that.
Wow. Look at that. It's still going.
Of course, we had to have Brittany try one on, but before you ask, we didn't buy one. Part of the problem of living in a Jeep as a family is that we simply don't have the space to pick up treasures everywhere we go. For us, the memories themselves are the gifts we treasure most. Regardless, it doesn't take away from the beauty of these rebozos and the amount of work that goes into each one. And here, right in the middle, you can see the women's size 3 gold ring. Next on our list to see was the bakery, where the famous campechanas were invented. These baked goods are known throughout all of Mexico.
So this is it, the famous La Perla. This is the house of the campechana. This is where this famous bread that is known throughout all of Mexico was first created and founded. So I'm here with Daniel Hernandez of La Perla. He is the great-grandson of the man who invented La Campechana, which is known throughout all of Mexico as a pastry, as a delicacy throughout the entire country. Danielle, thank you. Gracias por tenernos aquí. Can you tell me a little bit of the history? ¿Me puedes contar un poco de la historia del campechana?
Bueno, este es un negocio familiar, fundado en 1935 aproximadamente, por mi bisabuelo, el señor Juan Hernández Salazar. Él fue el creador de la receta original de las campechanas. Llegó aquí a Santa María, se estableció, aprendió el oficio de panadero y fundó el negocio. Ahorita ya somos 4 generaciones. Fue después mi abuelo, mi padre, todos ya descansan en paz, ya fallecieron. Ahorita estamos actualmente nosotros, mi familia.
¿Y se puede ver los hornos?
El horno,
¿se puede ver?
Pues sí, adelante.
So now we're going back to where the ovens are, where they were originally made back in the early 1900s. This is the backstage tour. Look at this, you guys. Wow. This is as real as it gets, folks. You don't get to see this every day.
Se siente caliente porque, bueno, trabajaron hace rato, temprano.
Wow, look at this, you guys. Look at that.
Hoy hicieron solamente pan, campechana no hicimos hoy.
Wow, look at that. So you can't feel this, but the heat that is radiating off this oven is enormous, and my hand is on fire as I'm holding the camera. Gracias, Daniel, por tenernos aquí. El horno es magnífico y es así viejo, pero grande.
Sí, exacto. De hecho, son los hornos originales con los que trabajaba mi abuelo.
Wow, wow.
Por eso están así un poquito ya deteriorados, pero siguen siendo funcionales a fin de cuentas.
Pues qué historia. Muchas gracias otra vez.
Al contrario, cuando gusten aquí los esperamos.
So obviously we could not leave without picking some up. Thank you to Daniel and his family and the staff here at La Perla. What a treat, you guys. What a treat to see this and to be a part of this history. And so here's our loot.
Yay!
You guys, Santa Maria del Rio was so cool, we decided to go back a second time. Today is October 31st, and we're right in the middle of the celebration of Dia de los Muertos. We came back to see what the celebration looks like in a smaller town. We're pulling into the city now. This is the plaza where all the festivities will be taking place tonight. But first, we're headed to a little restaurant called Flor Tenec. It was a short drive through the city to our restaurant, and we were so pumped to experience Dia de los Muertos here in Santa Maria del Rio later in the evening. Part of what is lost in most videos is that you don't get to see the authentic culture of the city. So on this short drive to our restaurant, take a look around. Pay attention to the people, the vehicles, the stores, and the way of life here. Through our friend, the Director of Tourism in San Luis Potosí, we were able to connect with the Director of Tourism of Santa Maria del Rio. Profe Israel was his name, and he was going to meet up with us at the restaurant.
So we've just arrived at our restaurant, Flor Tenec. All right, Lily, tell us what you ordered.
Okay, this is a jalapeno con cream cheese, y este es un chile güero con camarones. And this one I have no idea, but it looks good.
The food was excellent, but not long after our food arrived, Professor Israel arrived, and he is the Director of Tourism for Santa Maria del Rio. He had a good time talking with Caspian, and then I got to ask him some questions about his city.
So I'm here with the Director of Tourism for Santa Maria del Rio, el Profesor Israel. And Professor, mucho gusto. Gracias por tenernos aquí en su ciudad. ¿Nos puedes decir un poco de tu ciudad y lo que está pasando hoy?
Pues muchas gracias por visitar nuestro pueblo, por visitar Santa María del Río, la cuna del rebozo, conocido mundialmente por la cuna del rebozo.
Gracias. ¿Y qué va a pasar hoy en la noche?
Pues tenemos un festival de Día de Muertos en Santa María del Río por primera vez que se hace aquí en esta ciudad.
Gracias, profe, por tenernos aquí y por abrir los brazos de la ciudad.
No, bienvenidos. Cuando gusten, estamos para recibirlos con los brazos abiertos. Caspian, vamos a un corredor donde hay mucho pan para que comas pan.
There's a lot. They're going to take you to a place where all the hallway is full of pan de muerto. It's like pan mexicano, and it's full of that, so you get to see it and eat it if you want to. Okay.
Are you excited?
When will we do that?
¿Cuándo lo hacemos?
Today, right now.
Right now. You'll get that.
And now we are headed into town, and we picked up the profe with us, so he's going with us to show us his city. We were completely humbled that Profe Israel took time out on such a busy day for him and his staff to show us around personally. He told us that Santa Maria del Rio has much to offer the world and to tourists in the way of culture and of history. He talked about the artisans and the local businesses. He told us about some of the surrounding areas that had waterfalls and massive ranches, and of the pride that the people put into their work here in Santa Maria del Rio. He is proud of this city, and he suggests that they have much to share with the world at large.
Tenemos muchísimas cosas que ofrecerle a toda la gente que quiera venir a visitarnos.
And with that, it was time to experience what we came here for. It was time for Dia de los Muertos in Santa Maria del Rio. The crowds had gathered, the festivities were just starting to get underway, festive costumes were everywhere, and Caspian ran into his friend, who he called God of the Dead. Not wanting Caspian to feel left out, Yadi, one of Profe Israel's staff members, went out and surprised Caspian with a little gift.
Whoa!
There we go.
Let's take this one off. Yep. There we go. Let me see, Caspian. Whoa! Say Dia de los Muertos.
Diles Muertos.
Say it really loud. Say Dia de los Muertos.
Diles Muertos.
And then they use them to make all those things on that table behind you. All those flowers are made out of these fibers.
Caspian would end up keeping his mask on for the rest of the night, and Brittany even got in on the action with a colorful little headband handmade out of agave fibers.
It's so pretty.
Is my hair messed up?
No, it's perfect.
Okay.
What an amazing festival this is for Dia de los Muertos. Everybody's down here. The whole city's out. Colors, lights, candles, costumes, you name it. Everything is just out. Music is blaring everywhere. Everybody's happy. This is so cool, you guys. The altars are each individually a work of art. They kind of remind me of the work that goes into a float in a U.S. parade. But these are sacred to these people here and beautiful. Sometimes the decorations make for interesting parades. But the people here are resilient. They find a way to get things done. And look at that. There's the director of tourism. He's leading the charge. Gracias, profe, por tenernos aquí. Fue una fiesta maravillosa.
Gracias.
Nos encanta todo de Santa María del Río. Y ojalá que el turismo aquí se pone más, ¿no?
Que vengan más personas.
Que vengan más personas.
Que vengan todos sus seguidores, todas las personas que nos están viendo. Los esperamos aquí en Santa María del Río.
You guys, this is just the start of our adventures here in Mexico. We're going all the way around the world. Make sure you follow, subscribe, give us a comment, throw us a like. You guys get to know us. We want to get to know you. We have so much more to show you.